Today's episode is going to be a continuation of Isekai Stories number 1. And as you can see from the title, this story is about betrayal. Remember my 4 bandmates last episode? Well, there are actually only 4 of us, but in reality, our circle of friends comprises of like 7 people or something. Remember Miguel, the one who had all the musical instruments? He was my best friend. I met Miguel in 6th grade, where we connected pretty easily because of video games. I still remember going to his house, playing RPGs, playing first-person shooter games, and the likes. In my first year of high school, we formed a band, and we joined the Battle of the Bands together. And we actually won that competition. And us being the rookies, garnered lots of jealousy from the senior students, because we're just new to the band scene, right? And we won the Battle of the Bands. I would be pissed as well if I was a senior. We played Wake Me Up When September Ends by Green Day. It's a pretty easy song, technical-wise, but it's popular at that time. Yeah, it was an easy win and a quite enjoyable one. Me and Miguel and my friends went through a lot together and became close as the days go by. But one day, in the spur of my delinquent days, I made an evil plan. It's me once again. So, in every stairwell in my school, there is a fire extinguisher. If you guys have seen movies of fire extinguishers, you can imagine a fire extinguisher blowing off some kind of white smoke or a snow or something. And that's what we thought as well. So one day, we got curious and decided to pop one fire extinguisher. So the fire extinguisher hang in the wall, and you can't normally reach up to it because you need at least a bench to reach up to it. But beside it is the window from the boys' bathroom. So what I did is I entered the boys' bathroom, turned a bucket upside down, reached through the window, and then tried to pop the fire extinguisher. But it didn't work because there's a pin. So I pulled the pin, then boom! I popped the fire extinguisher and it made this loud noise. And what came out of it is not the snow that we were expecting. What came out of it is like a dust cloud, color brown. And that's when I realized there are different types of fire extinguishers. This one is maybe for electronics or stuff, or computers. Something like that. Anyways, we came to check the semi-explosion, quote-unquote. Yeah, we were surprised of the brown cloud that welcomed us. Our hearts were beating like crazy. So we went down to the stairwell landing. I grabbed the pin, the fire extinguisher's pin, to make sure there was no evidence or something like that, and descended down to the flight of stairs. So we didn't run. We pretended that we just passed by and covered our noses and walked away towards a safe distance and pretended like it wasn't our doing. So by the time the class ended, I threw the pin away and it was never found. So the crime was a success, if I would say. Now, a day later, we went to Miguel's house for practice. And we told Miguel what happened. And we were laughing our asses off and how thrilling was the adventure we just partook in. Few months passed and we already forgot about the fire extinguisher incident. Then one day, our principal, who is also our math teacher that time, began the class with some kind of sermon. And then after that sermon, he roll called me and my friends one by one with our last names. And then he had this grim look in his face and said, "Go to the office." That was when we knew that Miguel betrayed us. Maybe he couldn't take the conscience of collaborating with us. So I guess he did the right thing, quote unquote. And while we were at the director's office, of course, we need to look sorry for what we did. But deep inside, we were furious. And I had to write this letter because the directress asked us to. And by that time, I just learned a new word called pilfer. That means stealing or like vandalizing something. Back then, in my school, the punishment is usually just writing a promise over and over again, few pieces of paper back to back. And I wrote, "We promise not to pilfer the school's property again." Something like that. And yeah, so after that crazy office scene, we ignored Miguel And I did. I also did. That was my first heartbreak. I lost a best friend. It really sucks being betrayed, you know? We even had a code name for Miguel. We call him Tellurium because, I don't know, maybe we just learned that element or chemical that time. And it's highly toxic. Yeah, so that was our code name for Miguel, Tellurium. During that time that we were antagonistic with each other, Miguel formed another band, and it really sucks because your best friend is now a stranger to you. But 1 year later, Miguel apologized, and then, of course, we accepted the truce, and then we formed another band again. The same band, same people. And we joined Battle of the Bands once again in my 3rd year and 4th year. And the rest is history. I do not have any contact with Miguel anymore. We did a few more practice sessions during college, but we have different schools back then, so yeah, it's really more of a get-together type of thing. And yeah, so what do you guys think? What would you do if your best friend betrayed you as well? Let me know in the comments, and I'm gonna see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.